year's European elections are a proof of that. To illustrate what I'm saying, let me mention a couple of figures. I know that there was a discussion in one of the workshops, but I think it's good to remind this. First, our communication campaign about the importance of the European elections focused specifically on several carefully selected target groups in each member state. The general turnout was, as you know, 50.6%, but the turnout for those target groups that we were selecting was 8 points higher. It was 58.3%. Second, almost half of the Europeans, 44%, recall seeing or hearing messages from the European Parliament or from the other institutions, because we work together on this, encouraging them to vote. More importantly, national turnouts differ significantly among the people who recall our campaign messages and those who do not. And the impact of our campaign video, that's the third element that I would like to share with you. The impact of our campaign video, Choose Your Future, the video to mobilize voters, is also a good example. Across all member states, people who had seen the video were more likely to have voted. These are figures which come from one of our last Eurobarometers. And these figures are important. They demonstrate that institutional communication has evolved dramatically, and that our understanding of what institutional communication should be is no longer what it was 10, 5, or even 2 years ago. I will not get into all the details of this, of course, but I would like to mention two key principles that we applied in our recent joint campaign, which I also heard echoed during the various Europecom sessions over the past 2 days. First, the need of a clear narrative, a clear vision. Yesterday I heard Catherine de Vries say that if we demonstrate that Europe stands for something, then people will not fall for something else, meaning probably Euroscepticism. And I agree with this notion fully. When we were communicating about the European elections, our narrative wasn't just about voting, it was also about the idea of defending democracy itself. Voting is just the most tangible realization of this idea. And so our communication is no longer just about the European Parliament, what the Parliament is, what the Parliament does. We also need to tell the grander story of what it stands for. The decisions taken by the European Parliament have a strong impact on the lives of the citizens, yes, but perhaps even more important is that they are legitimate. They are legitimate because they are the result of a fully democratic process. Whether these decisions are seen as beneficial or detrimental, they have been subject to a pan-European debate, to consideration and to decision by the elected representatives of the European people. And both the legislative power of the European Parliament and the democratic process that it embodies are ultimately there at the service of one thing, the European people, that has been mandated to represent via its elected members. This is what democracy is about, and this is what, again, we stand for. I should add that this element also brings a more emotional appeal to our communication, and as we know, we all share this idea, emotions are always stronger than just facts. Second, and this is, I think, the main message from our side, communication is not something we can do alone. We need to reach out to others to help us spread our messages. We have to create partnerships and help others to help us communicate. As I said yesterday, communicating Europe is a shared responsibility. This is something the institutions cannot do alone anymore and shouldn't do alone anymore. We need the active contribution of many different stakeholders, such as civil society interest groups, NGOs, public and private organizations, but also, of course, media, and why not celebrities, and of course the citizens themselves. All of them have a stake in Europe, and it's in all their interest also to communicate about it. Maybe not on the same ideas, maybe not to the same audiences, but on issues that relate to Europe nonetheless. These partners are key in helping us reach out to different, to wider, and to more diverse audiences, but also to give more credibility to the message. In a world where experts and institutions are no longer trusted, or not as trusted as some years ago, the most credible interlocutor has become the person like me. So we need to engage citizens who are passionate about the European Union and about European democracy to help us convince their peers. Dear friends, the 10th anniversary of Eurocom is a good moment to renew our commitment to our profession. It has been a long way since 2009, and a lot is still to be done, I'm afraid. The fact that during the last European elections, for the first time since 1994, a majority of citizens decided to participate and vote is a sign of hope, because it shows that there is an increased interest in the future of Europe. But it's also an extra responsibility. It's an extra responsibility for all the European institutions, for all of us. With their vote, the European citizens mandated the members of the Parliament, and through them the new European Commission, the new Commission College, and they want results on many issues, from employment to climate change, from migration to social policies. The citizens expect concrete results. And of course, this is not within our remit. We are not the politicians, we haven't been elected, but we share the burden with them. Because there's no democratic legitimacy if there is no accountability. And there is no accountability without the real knowledge about what the European Union does, or what the European Parliament or the European Union doesn't do. In the coming months and years, you will see many important decisions will be taken on the future EU budget, on the deepening of our democratic instruments, on a Green Deal to fight against climate change, and on many, many other things. Please keep helping us in establishing good channels of communication with our fellow Europeans. As many neutral, factual, efficient, and interactive channels as possible. There is a saying which says, if you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I don't think there's a better way to express the cumulative strength we all have in communicating the incredible project that is the European Union. So again, thank you very much. Thanks a lot for your attention, for the job that you have been doing until now, and for the work to be done in the next years. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. I'll turn now to Paul to give your thoughts. I'm sure there'll be a lot of overlap in comments, but we will deal with that as we get to it.
Or maybe not. Jennifer, thank you, and thank you for this opportunity to speak to you and with you this morning.